proud to wake up all North Texas. Good Day Saturday on Fox 4.
Good morning, I'm Terrence Friday, and thank you for joining us for a special Good Day Saturday. It's the 2019 Komen Dallas Race for the Cure, saving lives by funding breast cancer screenings, treatment, and support. Heather Hayes and Clarice Tinsley are live at North Park Center in Dallas, but let's start with Kylie Capps in the Weather Center.
Hey, Terrence and Heather and Clarice, good morning as well. This morning, you all have your layers on. Will be much needed as you step out the door on this Saturday morning. Temperatures falling into the upper 40s and low 50s for most. With that low cloud cover, we've actually been able to squeeze out a few spots of that patchy drizzle. This is the tail end of that storm system that brought us that pretty strong cold front, bringing a couple of spotty showers along the Red River, spotty drizzle for the rest of us. But don't worry, we will start to heat up. In fact, your Race for the Cure forecast, yes, layers needed. But I think as we head towards 10, 11 o'clock this morning, we will start to be able to shed some of those layers, temperatures climbing into the low 50s. But one thing that I want to point out, too, is just how breezy we expect it to be throughout the rest of the morning and into the early afternoon hours as well. Winds will stay from the northwest this morning, sustained between about 15 and 20 miles per hour. Heading into the afternoon, though, sunshine, the 60s, light winds return to the forecast as well. So, yes, bundle up this morning, headbands, gloves, all of the above. But I think as we head towards 9, 10 o'clock, we'll be pretty good and we won't need this many layers.
All right, thank you, Kylie. Let's go back out to Heather and Clarice at North Park Center. Good morning, ladies.
Race for the Cure at North Park Center.
Good morning, everybody.
We, Heather, are going to have such a good time. And
yes.
You know what, Kylie? It's really not that bad right now, considering what it could have been. So
right.
We've got great race weather, and we're looking forward to a wonderful turnout. In fact, Heather, we're going to have about 9,000 walkers or runners, 11,000 people in total right here on the grounds at North Park Center. And, of course, we're here to salute and celebrate about 900 women and men who are breast cancer survivors, and we're going to see that always emotional March of Hope, which
yes.
is the reason why we're here.
Absolutely.
And this is a local fundraiser. This is not a national event.
And so what that means is that the money raised here stays here. Thousands of people will be here to support each other, to show love for each other, and to raise awareness and funds as well.
And the money raised here saves lives in Dallas County. This race is going to pay for screening and mammograms in Dallas County to catch cancer early. And you know, early diagnosis means there are lots more options for fighting this disease. This race pays for treatments that restore life, not just chemotherapy or radiation, but we're talking quality of life things like prosthetics or reconstruction. And the race pays for better care for those with metastatic breast cancer and people whose cancer might be beyond treatment. This race funds research that puts work into labs here in North Texas. And you know what? At home, watching our coverage right now, you can get involved. So easy. All you have to do is go online. You can help by making a donation at komen-dallas.org. And you can also join us on social media, #DallasRace.
So let's talk about the race itself. There is a 1-kilometer route and a 5K route. Both use the streets to the north of us. So heads up, be aware of road closures this morning. People will go to the start line about 7:45. Then the race itself begins at 8. The elite runners will finish in that first half hour. We have hundreds of survivors, fighters, and family members who will be finishing the course then over the next 3 hours. And the celebration of life, which Clarice mentioned, it kicks off at 9:45 with the March of Hope, led by our long-term survivors.
And Heather, we also want to let people at home know that we can't forget the damage it was caused by the tornado this week. So many people who live along the course of the race have been directly impacted by the storm. In fact, the race is going to be interrupted in some places so that vehicle traffic can get through the area. These neighbors have supported the race financially and personally for so many years. We want them to know how special they are. We want them to know how much Komen, Dallas County, and the Race for the Cure appreciates them.
Now, every person in this race has a story. It's a story of survival, a story of hope, or maybe helping a loved one fight the disease.
And Fox 4's Shannon Murray is going to share some of those great stories with us. Good morning, Shannon.
Good morning. We are here at the starting line, and there are already people here this morning lined up, ready to go for Race for the Cure. This is Ferris High School and Junior High. 11 years coming out here to Komen. Karen Arnold is here with us right now. So tell us what it is that keeps you all coming back every year.
It's the giving back to our community and wanting to help out people in need.
You all lined up really early at the very front. Tell me why.
Well, we like to get early so we can get through the race and be able to watch the Survivor race, the Survivor walk.
The Survivor March at the end of the event is so impactful, so emotional for people who maybe haven't experienced it. Tell me why you want everyone here with you to be part of that.
I just want our kids to be part of it because it is so inspirational that they can see that these people have survived from 1 year. I think last year we saw 35 years, that there is a hope out there. So if you get sick, there is hope out there to possibly get well and to survive cancer for 35 years. So it's just I get goosebumps every time I watch it.
11 years out here at Race for the Cure. You all have a pretty big group. Tell me who's here behind us.
Okay, I have high school cheerleaders. I have junior high cheerleaders. Okay, I also have, there we go. I also have NHS and FCCLA students.
Awesome. Well, thank you all so much for being a part of this and for talking to us here this morning. We will look out for you all during the race and during the Survivors March as well. Clarice and Heather, that is such an impactful and emotional moment at the very end of this event every year. It's hard for me to hold back tears during that, and seeing everyone line up in order of, these people who are maybe recently diagnosed all the way to those people who are just, survivors and have been going through this many years and have been a part of this event for so long.
Shannon, thank you so much. It's so amazing to see all of those young girls here, too, who are going to help continue this tradition in many, many years to come, to support each other and love each other through the fight against breast cancer, because this event does indeed have a direct impact on so many lives, especially here in Dallas County and those in the most underserved communities in North Texas.
And we're going to be back in a few minutes with more of these inspiring stories. You heard the word goosebumps.
Yes.
It really is goosebumps. And Terrence, this is your first Komen Dallas race, so we are so thrilled that we can share this with you and that you can experience it.
Yes, this is definitely a beautiful event, such a worthy cause. I'm so glad to see how it's turning out already. So we'll be checking back in with you later. A cloudy and cool start to the day, but Kylie says we will see the sun. She's back with a look at your forecast. And the company is making sure cancer patients in the area have a healthy home during treatment so they can focus on recovery. And we will be heading back out to the Dallas Komen Race for the Cure. We are less than an hour before the start. Our coverage continues when Good Day Saturday returns. Time is 7:12, 48 degrees this morning. Welcome back to a special Good Day Saturday. We've got a live look at North Park Center where thousands are gathering for the Komen Dallas Race for the Cure. Fox 4's Shannon Murray is bringing us stories from people who are running and walking that race today. Shannon, good morning.
Good morning, Terrence. Right, and everyone here this morning decked out in their pink. We've got some little ones here this morning as well, wearing pink here, looking adorable. Who do we have here?
This is Madison.
Is this your first year doing Race for the Cure?
It is.
What brought you out here this year?
Work.
Work. Yeah, we've got a big group of people here. Some of them first timers. Felicia, you've been here before. Tell me why this is so important for you guys to be a part of this.
We have co-workers who have battled breast cancer and some going through it right now. So that's why it's so important for us to be here.
This event can be really emotional, very impactful. You've been here before. For people who maybe haven't been out here, how would you describe it?
It's a lot of community strength, coming together and cheering everybody on.
And you tell us who you're with.
We are with Aviation Inventory Resources.
Okay, that's great that your company gets everyone to come out here, and you all went all out with your outfits.
Yes.
We've got wigs, we've got tutus, little ones here as well. It's such a fun morning. We were just over at the starting line and saw some high school cheerleaders from Ferris High School, Ferris Junior High. So everyone really comes out here as a big group. They want to be a part of this. And we just mentioned, that it can be an emotional, very impactful time here at Race Race for the Cure, at the very end, it's really the grand finale is that Survivors March, where everyone lines up in order of, how many years they have survived breast cancer. Even some people in the very front, maybe recently diagnosed, and it can be really emotional, very impactful. It's hard to hold back tears during that time because so many of those women really connect and come together at that time, marching through here, really that symbolic time of hope and survival for all of them here at Race for the Cure. And this is, Terrence, one of my favorite days of reporting because it's just a fun day. Like I said, so much hope here for all these men and women battling breast cancer here this morning. And the race will kick off here shortly, so we're looking forward to that. People are already over there trying to get a good spot at the starting line, Terrence, so we'll be over there with them throughout the morning.
All right, Shannon, it's such a beautiful thing to see. Can you tell us what's the energy like out there, having so many people together for such a great cause?
Oh, the energy is unbelievable. I mean, everyone here really goes all out with their outfits. You see just pink everywhere, no matter what the weather every year, if it's cold, if it's rainy, if anything, people just deck out in pink head to toe. We've got people of all ages here this morning. Everyone's just in a good mood, and it's a fun time. It's really a fun event for a very serious cause, of course, but everyone out here really just loves to have a good time.
Back in just a few. It's a big day here on Fox 4. Let's check back in with the 2019 Komen Dallas Race for the Cure happening this morning at North Park Center in Dallas. Fox 4's Heather Hayes and Clarice Tinsley are there now live. The excitement is really building here in the studio.
Well, I tell you what, it's building out here as well. It is so fantastic to see so many thousands of people out here at North Park Center, because I will tell you that one of the most important participants in the history of Komen isn't necessarily a racer. It's actually the location, North Park Center.
Absolutely. Yeah. And we have Nancy Nasher with us, who is the president and co-owner of North Park Center. Nancy, thank you so much for hosting us. This is the 25th year. And this is wonderful. Tell us why you keep doing this year after year.
Well, good morning. It's so great to see you again. I do it every year because truly it's in honor of my mother, who passed away of breast cancer 31 years ago, and my mother-in-law, who passed away from breast cancer when my husband was just a small child. So we do it to support the Komen Foundation and to support all the survivors and everyone going through, breast cancer treatment, and to raise awareness and funds. So it's really a privilege and honor for North Park to host the race for 25 years.
Nancy, there are so many people who are thankful to you for it because it's a home for us. Once a year, we all come here on this morning to support each other and to love each other through this. And I think it's the stories like yours and your family that everybody shares out here.
Yes, and I've done it with my family for 25 years, and we walk the race every year. Even when they were babies, we pushed them, and they're all here today. They don't miss a race. So it's really been an amazing experience, and hundreds of thousands of participants have been involved over the 25 years, and tens of millions of dollars have been raised. So we're all here to support, to raise funds and for breast cancer, to cure this disease. Absolutely.
Give us an idea of how it's changed in the last 25 years here at North Park.
Well, the first year there were only very few people, but then it's grown tremendously over the years. And today we're expecting 10,000, 15,000 people. And it's not too late for people to come down. But we've had a variety of crowds from 35,000, 30,000, But what I see is more families come together, and it's just, the Survivors March is so meaningful every year, and it's just an amazing experience to be here. One should not miss it.
Well, you are a magnificent host. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you all so very much. It's our honor.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And as you mentioned, the Survivors March, the Celebration of Hope, those things are still to come, as is the start of the 5K. So there's lots to come out here. Nancy's right. You can still have time to come down here and join us. Kylie said it. Just put layers on and you'll be fine. Terrence, we're going to send it back to you in the studio.
Definitely need some layers, some pink ones. Thank you, ladies. And speaking of, we have definitely noticed a shift in our temperature. So how long would that cold weather stick around? Kylie's got to look at your forecast. She'll tell us how things will pan out and dry out for you in the future. And we'll be hearing more powerful stories about the people impacted by breast cancer and from the organizations fighting the disease. Our coverage from the Komen Dallas Race for the Cure from North Park Center continues. Almost 7:30, 48 degrees outside. You can see everyone bundling up outside. We are looking now at a live picture from the Komen Dallas Race for the Cure, which is getting underway in just about half an hour at the North Park Center in Dallas. Heather Hayes is joined back now with Good Day's Lauren Prisbel. Good morning.
Good morning. Lauren is used to these hours. Clarice and I are the nighttime people, but Lauren's used to the early morning.
I will say this is a beautiful morning, though. I thought it was going to be really chilly out here, but it's not that bad. No. It looks like the drizzles is held off for now.
Yes, it's awesome. So please come join us if you can, or just stay right here and watch us on Fox 4. So there are so many individuals, as Nancy Nasher mentioned, families who are out there, but there are a lot of corporate sponsors and companies here as well. The grocery team of Tom Thumb Albertsons is one of the key corporate sponsors for the Komen Dallas County Race for the Cure.
Yeah, you see those donate options like at the checkout, and you hear the messages that come over, when somebody's donated and everyone cheers.
Yes.
Joining us this morning is Christy Laura, here to talk about the fight against breast cancer. Come on in here. Albertsons.
I brought a friend with me.
You did bring a friend. Hello. So the fight against breast cancer for you guys is so important. It really is a top priority.
Absolutely. Many, many years we've been a part of it. We raise money each year at our store. We come to the race, donate. We have a team today here, and we have a truck product that we've donated. Lots of customer donations. We're very, very proud to be a part of this event for many, many years.
So, Christy, the company is, but also I think what's amazing is the individual employees are as well. Tell us some of those stories.
So, people are so excited to volunteer for this race. They start to volunteer before I've even asked for volunteers.
Wow.
And today, this year, we have several survivors on the team. Everybody's got a story to tell. A lot of them are here because they're survivors or fighters, or they're racing for somebody else. And it's really, really touching, and that is really a big part of why we do what we do.
This is about being part of a community.
Absolutely. Very, very much being a part of the community. The Dallas area, all of the funds that we raise locally stay here locally, and this race gives us an opportunity to be part of something very local and near and dear to Dallas, which means it's very local and near and dear to us.
Yeah, and your customers.
And our customers as well.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. And I love your shirt. That's like the 4XL. It's perfect. Something
it's
for
like
everybody.
Almost a dress.
I love this. I know. It's great. Thank y'all so much. Thank you for all you do. So there is much more to come out here at North Park Center. Join us if you can. Terrence, we're sending it back to you.
Okay, thank you, Heather and Lauren. We appreciate you both. An aerial view. You can see the crowd is starting to form at the North Park Center in North Dallas. Good day on Good Day here. The Komen Dallas Race for the Cure is getting underway very, very soon. A very worthy cause. This is the 2019 edition of the Race for the Cure. We're going to check back in with Lauren and Clarice, who are there as everyone's making their way in. This is so exciting. We're so excited to see this happening today.
Yeah, the music's starting to rock here. This morning is about hope and strength and courage. It really is a great morning to be out here. Komen, Dallas County, really part of a larger effort to help men and women fight and beat breast cancer, really at every stage of the disease. Anything less is unacceptable.
Absolutely. We have Paula Schneider with us. She's CEO of Susan G. Komen. That's the national organization founded by Nancy Brinker here in Dallas more than 30 years ago. Good morning.
Good morning, and thank you for having us. We're waking up the neighborhood here for sure.
Fantastic. What do you want people to know about the local chapter of Komen?
The local chapter works very, very hard to take care of people in the community. They also give money for research grants to the headquarters where we research nationally. So there's so many wonderful things that happen here. We help with financial toxicity. We help get people to treatment. We help with policy changes for women's health. And the local chapter is, marching side by side to get it done.
Someone told me breast cancer is not a death sentence anymore, but a life sentence because it makes you live your life differently. You are a breast cancer survivor yourself. It's been in your family. When you come out here and see these people and hear the stories, it's got to energize you.
Oh, it's so energizing. When I had breast cancer 12 years ago, and I had triple negative, which is one of the most hardest to treat. You never know what's going to happen, but this community that has been built here has been so unbelievable. If you look at it, and it's global, and the amount of people, we have over 10,000 people here that showed up today, and it's cold this morning.
So for the people who are at home watching us, tell them how they can get involved right now.
They can get involved right now. You can always donate. That's the first and foremost, because we're really good stewards of the money. We help so many people. And Susan G. Komen has had their fingerprints on every major breakthrough that's happened in breast cancer over the last 30 years.
Komen-Dallas.org.
Yes. Join us.
All right, Paula Schneider, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Congratulations. It's going to be another day of celebration.
It's going to be a wonderful day.
Yay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Terrence, back to you.
All right, thank you. We're going to send it over now to Kylie for a look at the forecast. And our coverage of the Dallas Komen Race for the Cure is just getting started here on Good Day Saturday. In our next half hour, we'll check back in with Clarice Tinsley and Heather Hayes, who are live at North Park Center. And we'll have the start of the Komen Dallas Race for the Cure for you. There is a 5K and 1K happening just minutes away from us here now. And they're going to be doing that in North Dallas, right outside of North Park Center. Good Day Saturday is back in about 2 minutes.
Good Day Saturday, live and local on Fox 4.
All right, we are just about getting started. They just wrapped up the national anthem. You can see the crowds there getting ready for the Komen Dallas Race for the Cure 2019. This is a live look from North Park Center. It's such a worthy cause. Our hope is that we can inspire you to somehow get involved and also contribute to this cause, because this is something that really touches everyone in some way. And we thank you for staying with us here on Good Day Saturday. I'm Terrence Friday. This is a special edition of our show today. We've got that coverage for you of the 2019 Komen Dallas Race for the Cure. Clarice Tinsley and Heather Hayes are live at North Park Center in Dallas for us.
Hey, Terrence, good morning. We had so many cheers when the national anthem ended just seconds ago. Everybody's ready to start the 1K and the 5K. And Heather, you can feel the excitement.
Well, there are so many people out here. There are, what are we expecting, 11 or 12,000 people. And in that crowd, lots of families, lots of people who are with their coworkers as well. Look
there
at
they
this.
are right now.
There's
Look
the
at
crowd,
that.
sweet faces, people of all ages, all dressed in pink, all ready to support people fighting breast cancer.
And when you look at all these people, you got to think back over the years. Breast cancer was something people didn't talk about. It was something women didn't talk about. Let's listen to the countdown right now.
6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Woo! And they are off. So breast cancer 30 years ago and beyond that just was something that women did not discuss. And Susan G. Komen, the Race for the Cure, started here in Dallas County. And Heather, it changed that. It changed that, and it gave women power. The power to deal with this disease, to confront it head on. And look, we're having a celebration while we're dealing with this, because this is about joy, it's about hope, and it's about making a difference for women and men.
It's time to go beyond breast cancer awareness, too. It is time to take action, and that's what all of these people are doing. And that's, in fact, Clarice, why Komen pledged to cut breast cancer deaths by 50% in 10 years. We're talking about by 2026, that is their goal. And they said they're going to do it by improving access to quality and timely cancer care for the underserved.
And this is Team De Leos. They are the largest. They have the pink cowgirl hats. I love that. They're one of the largest, if not the largest team out here, because they rock this every single year. Since 1982, Susan G. Komen has funded almost $1 billion in research and more than $2 billion for screening and treatment, and that led to a 40% decline in breast cancer mortality, and that's making a difference in the lives of women and men and their families.
You're exactly right. Yeah, we mentioned the families who are out here, the co-workers who are out here. In fact, in this race, there are more than 24 organized teams. We're talking hundreds of individuals as well, and thousands of people who love and who support them.
And they're racing because 4 cases, listen to this, 4 cases of breast cancer will be diagnosed in Dallas County every day this year. 4 cases of that. They're racing because Dallas County has the 3rd highest mortality rate in the United States for African American women who face breast cancer. That's because there are gaps in screening, gaps in information, gaps in health coverage. Komen Dallas helps fill those gaps and save lives.
But look at this, Clarice, all the pink cowboy hats. These people are coming out here, all of us together. You know, there are thousands of your best friends out here. That's what it is, because as you're walking, as you're running, you're sharing the stories of why you got up so very early to come out here to North Park Center. It's about being here to walk, to run in support of, and sadly in memory of sometimes too, because lives are lost. But that's what today is about, is making sure people survive a breast cancer diagnosis.
And from the Village of Hope, when we see the March of Hope, which is why we're here, and for this little girl, which is why we're here, to make sure that in her lifetime, as she grows up, that she doesn't have to deal with this. And look at that's Team De Leos.
Yes.
The cowgirl hats.
All right.
I love that.
There are so many of them.
Breast cancer has no boundaries when it comes to gender, age, race, wealth, social status, or where you live. There are only areas where breast cancer is likely to be more deadly, areas where women and men who have little or no access to information about breast cancer, little to no access to breast health screenings, like the all-important mammogram. I'm getting mine in December. I get mine every single year.
And you always remind me, Clarice, July is my target month, and that's one of the things that's suggested is find a month that works for you and just do it annually. Do all your appointments, all of the things that you need to do. Say, you know what, I'm going to do it by this date, so I got mine in July. All good this year. I had one scare a couple of years ago. Turned out to be, everything was okay, but that's my target month to just get it done.
It's important to do the yearly mammogram. You've also got to do your monthly breast self-examination. You know your body better than anybody else. You know when something just doesn't feel right. So you've got to make sure that you put yourself first, because in order to take care of the family, you've got to be here. All right, we're on. The race is on the way. You got the smiles, you got the waves, you got the pink, you got the joy. We're going to bring you more live from North Park Center right after this. Terrence, we're going to take it back to you in the studio.
All right, that is such a beautiful thing. You know, I would imagine that diagnosis for anybody is such an isolating feeling. So to see so many people behind you and see you've got so much support.
Coming together,
That's just beautiful. It's 8:12, 48 degrees. This sea of pink that you see out here is the thousands of people who've showed up to support the Komen Dallas Race for the Cure at North Park Center in North Dallas. It is a beautiful showing of support and an awesome start to everything that's happening here today. This is a very special edition of Good Day Saturday, and we thank you for waking up with us. Welcome back to a special Good Day Saturday with live coverage from the 2019 Komen Dallas race for the cure. It's the city's single most important fundraiser on behalf of breast cancer screening and treatment. Live from the race is Good Day's Lauren Prisbel and Sam Gannon, host of Free for All with Fox 4 Sports. Good morning, ladies.
Good morning, Terrence. Everywhere you look out here this morning, there are signs of encouragement and hope. I saw one sign and it said, "Cancer's just a chapter of my life. It's not the whole story." And Komen Dallas is really trying to make sure that everyone's cancer story has a happy ending. And it's important to remember a year's worth of screenings and treatment and research. It really depends on the money that they are raising right here this morning.
That's right, Lauren. And making every dollar count, that's the job of the leadership here at Komen Dallas County. And joining us right now is Dan Jones. He's the president and treasurer. First of all, thanks for being here and waking up early.
Thank you for having me. Thanks for weathering the storms here. Appreciate it.
Absolutely. Well, first of all, just talk about the challenges in providing services for everyone that needs them. Everyone comes from different economic backgrounds, so what is the demand like for that?
Well, that's an interesting question. You know, I think everyone has been impacted by breast cancer, whether directly or indirectly. And one of the reasons why I, as board president, joined the organization was to kind of help shape where that funding is going. You know, we are kind of re-imaging ourselves right now to build on that foundation where we have 4 pillars: community, research, advocacy, and care. And what we're trying to do is direct those funds in those appropriate buckets to get the biggest impact for our dollar.
And awareness is key. I mean, that's one of the reasons you have this huge race, is to raise awareness and put it in people's minds.
Exactly. You know, we're very fortunate that Komen Dallas is the epicenter of this race. Starting back 37 years ago, 2 sisters, they had a promise, and God bless them for it. It has turned into this massive, massive, world-known race, and we're just very thankful for it. You know, we hit a huge milestone last month, I believe, where this breast cancer organization surpassed the $1 billion fundraising.
Oh, wow.
That's awesome.
So in just 37 years, what a huge feat. And for everyone to come out after the tornado impact here we just experienced this past week is just a testament to how this community feels about this. It's truly a blessing.
Something to celebrate, right? And
Absolutely.
The sun is out. Look at
so
that.
nice.
It's finally out.
It's warmer.
Finally.
Finally out, and it's a beautiful morning. Dan, thank you so much. And thank you for the work you do, too.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Appreciate your time. Well, Lauren, there are a handful of agencies that Komen funds with the money that are raised here. Parkland, Methodist Health System, Texas Health, the Asian Breast Health Outreach Program in Richardson.
And the small but mighty Bridge Breast Network.
I always tell people, don't let fear limit your blessings.
Now we're going to position you and just look over this way. Relax your arms.
Early detection is the key. So while you're sitting at home and you're worrying about this lump and now it's 3 months, 6 months, a year, if it is breast cancer and had you gone in the very beginning, we would have caught it at the earliest possible stage. Our mission is to save lives by providing access to diagnostic and treatment services for breast cancer. And our population that we serve is low-income, uninsured, and underinsured women. So our primary focus is Dallas County, but we also serve 28 counties in North Texas. A woman may call us and she's found a lump in her breast and she doesn't have insurance. So our patient navigators will screen her to see exactly what she needs, and then we will get her qualified for our program and then refer her to one of our medical partners. So all her mammograms, her biopsy, all of that is covered under Bridge Breast Network. So she has to worry about getting there, getting better, and if she has breast cancer, we'll make sure she gets treatment. I had to go with one lady to her first chemo appointment. She just didn't think she could do it. I went there, sat in the lobby, prayed with her and her husband. They got through it, and she made it through all her chemo treatment, and she's now a survivor. If we had more funding, we would be able to help more people. We turn probably 35 to 50 women away annually who have breast cancer. We had 2 ladies who came on the same day. They both sat in our front, and one lady just cried. She says, "Please don't let me die." We just didn't have the funding. you know, and it's heartbreaking because you're like, that is literally what we're telling her. You have to go home with your breast cancer and just wait until, keep calling us every week to see if we have money. It is our lifeline. 93 cents of every dollar we receive in funds goes towards patient care. So our administrative and fundraising overhead is very low. We write grants every day. We rely on programs like Susan G. Komen and others. So we need those dollars to help get women and men through their treatment. We are good stewards of every dollar that comes through. So $1 is leveraged 10 times that amount for medical care. So we can take a woman through all of her breast cancer treatment, if it's early stage breast cancer, for about $20,000, and that translates to $200,000 in care.
Amazing. Right? Money should never be an issue when it comes to somebody's fight against breast cancer. I mean, something you don't want them to worry about, right?
Absolutely not.
Yeah. We're going to have more stories of the personal impact that you can make when you donate to Komen, Dallas County a little bit later.
Absolutely. The sun is out. It's a beautiful morning. So many people out here. We're glad to be a part of it this morning. But first, let's send it back to Terrence in the studio.
All right, thank you, Shannon. And we're also glad that they're getting a little sunshine now, Kylie. It's 8:41, 48 degrees. Thank you for waking up with us here on Good Day, a very special edition of our show. We've got coverage from the 2019 Komen Dallas Race for the Cure. We're seeing the finish line right now. We're going to go back to Lauren Prisbel and Sam Gannon to wrap things up for us with how they just finished the race right now. So very exciting.
Yeah, Terrence, this is my 10th year out here, and every year it gets better and better. And I'm so excited because this is Sam's first year, and so it's been fun to share this experience with her this morning.
Absolutely. There's so many people. I love the fact that women are out here supporting women, men supporting women. I mean, it's just great to see the amount of support people have for one another here.
Yeah, and I think what's so special is the Komen Dallas Race for the Cure. I mean, this is the original breast cancer fundraiser. It all started here in Dallas by Susan G. Komen's sister, Nancy Brinker.
Yeah, and after almost 40 years, this race is getting set to make some major changes. Right now, we'd like to welcome Komen Dallas Executive Director Nicole Metcalf. Good morning. Thanks for being here.
Thank you for having us.
I heard you're going to be
here too in all the cold.
Absolutely. Warming up a little bit.
It is.
And for what I hear, you're going to break it down for us. So what can we expect in terms of some of the changes to this race that are going to be happening?
Sure. So I'm not going to break it down too much because we don't want to spoil the mystique. But we are going to reimagine, and we're going to completely convert the race into what's going to be known as the first ever Dallas More Than Pink Walk. So it'll be a lot of the same traditions preserved, because we know that the March of Hope, for example, is crucial and critical. We want to celebrate survivors and those living with metastatic breast cancer, and that will continue, just maybe a little bit different.
Okay. A little flair.
That's all I can say about it right now.
I like that. I like that. There are a lot of viewers that have reached out to me this morning that they're not strong enough to make it out here this morning, but they're watching the coverage. What do you say to those that are fighting that fight right now and are really in the thick of it?
I would say today is about you. We celebrate you. We celebrate what you are going through, and we celebrate it in a way that we hope we give you strength, and we give you power, and we give you confidence to know that all of the SIA people are behind you, and we are here, Susan G. Komen, Dallas County, as a resource for whatever that person happens to need. And if you know of someone who is in your same circumstance, who's uninsured or underinsured and needs screening, diagnostic, treatment, patient navigation, that's what we're doing here today. We're raising funds to support those vital services.
And because of the fundraising, that's why someone can pick up a phone call and you guys take care of all the work.
100%. You nailed it right on the head. That's right.
There you go.
Right.
Thank you so much for your work.
Thank you all. Enjoy the day.
Yeah, it is beautiful out here this morning. It is warming up. The sun is out, and it's a beautiful morning.
So much energy, and I'm not a morning person, but I am this morning for sure.
There you go. Yeah, Terrence, we send it back to you.
All right, Sam, Lauren, thank you both. We are so glad that things are warming up for them out there, Kylie. Let's get a look at the forecast.
This is a Fox 4 special presentation.
Good morning. welcome back to North Park Center. Sky 4 is giving you a live look at what we look like. We're in Dallas for the 2019 Komen Dallas Race for the Cure.
Thousands of people are running, walking, or volunteering to help in the fight against breast cancer right here in Dallas County. Good morning, everybody. I'm Heather Hayes.
We have got us a party in pink right here at North Park. We have thousands of people here walking and running, raising money, celebrating, and Heather, we're going to see that fabulous, fabulous March of Hope with breast cancer survivors, men and women, and that's why we are here today to raise the money and celebrate them.
Absolutely. In fact, Clarice, that happens about 9:45 this morning. But before that, let me tell you, Clarice has been getting her dance on. We all have been this morning. People have done the 5K and the 1K before that, and now they are dancing and celebrating and hugging and loving on one another as we are here at North Park Center in Dallas to raise money, to raise awareness, all in the fight against breast cancer.
And this is the 25th year that Nancy Nasher has hosted the Susan G. Komen Race for the Cure at North Park. And Nancy made a really important, many points, but a very special point this morning when she talked to us. And she said it's really about family. And that's the thing that she really remembers. Yes. You see so many generations. You see children, you see parents, you see grandparents coming together to raise money to fight this disease. And we're a big family. We are one big family involved in this fight. And that's a beautiful thing to see.
You say one big family. Our family here this morning is about 11,000 strong, Clarice. There are a lot of us here. But you know what? It's truly about coming together and continuing this tradition each and every year. People of all ages in all sorts of pink outfits, just having an amazing time this morning.
And you're home watching us, you can also donate. Komen-Dallas.org. You can go online and make a donation and know that the money that we are raising here today is staying in Dallas County for treatment, for screening, for counseling, for research that's done in Dallas to fight and help eradicate breast cancer.
So, you know, you're talking about that. The money raised here does save lives in Dallas County. The race pays for screening and mammograms to catch cancer early. This race pays for treatments that restore life. This race pays for better care for those with metastatic breast cancer and those whose cancer might actually go beyond treatment. The race also funds research that's then put into work in labs right here in North Texas. In fact, no single event does more to fight against breast cancer in Dallas County than the Race for a Cure. And as Clarice said, all you have to do is go to Komen-Dallas.org to donate.
And you know, we're always about social media, so we're #DallasRaceToday. And so many people earlier this week were affected by the tornado. We want to let you know that we're thinking about the people who live along the race route here. Many people have been impacted by that tornado. They have supported this race financially. They've supported it personally for so many years. And we want the neighbors to know how special they are and what they mean to Komen, Dallas County and the Komen Race for the Cure. The devastation from the tornadoes really makes all of us realize how fragile life is and the necessities that we have every day. We sometimes take them for granted. That certainly did not happen this week.
You're right. In fact, even those with full health insurance can still be drained financially and emotionally by breast cancer.
And every breast cancer fight, you know, is different, and that means survivors need different help in different ways. The first step is reaching people who may not have access to breast health information.
That's right. Here's more now on one woman's part to have a Worship in Pink program from Komen Dallas.
The films, those x-rays are crazy. I hang on to the pictures as a reminder of what I've overcome, of what can still happen. My name is Marilyn Mireles, born in Nuevo Laredo, Mexico, but we moved here July 4th, 1977, raised here. So to me, the most important holiday is July the 4th. I am an office clerk at Skyline High School. I have 3 boys, John, Chris, and then Mark, my baby. They kept me in high spirits when I couldn't do it anymore. I was working at a law firm. I was a legal assistant. I had been there 8 years when Mom was diagnosed with breast cancer. And then a little bit after, Dad was diagnosed with colon cancer. I was constantly out, so I was terminated. I was like, okay, my parents are my parents. I had already buried Mom, and then Dad got sick. gynecologist at that time said, I feel the lumps, because that's what I felt on my right breast. And he said, I need you to go get a biopsy. Had the biopsy done. He said it was benign. But they removed the mass that was there. Every year that I kept on going back, it kept on growing. And then it came back again in 2014. I started feeling breast pain. I mean, constant pain. I had insurance through DISD, but it still wasn't enough. I was running low on everything. There was times when I didn't have groceries. I start thinking, who else can I reach out to? And so I was like, Susan G. Komen. I've been supporting them. Let's see what they can help me with. So I called. Nicole gave me several numbers of several places to call. And those places helped me to pay for like my compression sleeves. One lady paid for my rent. But that's what to me was important, because they actually do help you. I lived it. And I know there's somebody right now living it. Somebody has to be living that right now, where they're somewhere thinking, I don't have food. They might not even have shelter. They might not have a ride. They might not have medication. They might not have money for the light, for the rent. That was the hardest part for me, was not having money for the basic necessities that people take for granted. These are things you don't think about when they tell you you have cancer. This summer was my first summer that I was able to take off and enjoy without medication, without having to hurry back because of a biopsy, a procedure, or appointments. I went to Yucatan, Mexico. I went to Merida. On my bucket list was Chichen Itza. My best friend managed to do that for me. I cried in Chichen Itza because I had always seen it in pictures. I didn't think I was going to live to be able to go stand there and see it. I called my son that day when we were there, and he started crying. He said, Mom, a year ago today, you couldn't move. Look where you're at. I said, I know, Papa. He said, that's amazing. I said, yeah, it's amazing. You don't take any minute for granted. You don't take a second for granted anymore. Not at all.
Powerful. Regina Ireland is with us to explain more about Worship in Pink. And Regina, why it's so important?
Well, really, Worship in Pink is an opportunity for us to get the word out to churches. And the reason why it's so important is because in our community, there's a 40% higher mortality rate. So it's opportunity, we have a target audience at church to go out and tell those people about getting a mammogram, about early detection, about doing self-exams. So you got a target audience and a way to get the word out to those people.
Well, and so talk then about more of the things that you're doing. You're getting out there, you're helping with awareness and education.
Yes, we are. So what we did, we created a presentation and we did train the trainer. So we invited churches and their members out so we could train them on how to really talk to breast cancer and what's going on and the resources that are available in the community. And we did this big presentation at one of the facilities and really we did it twice. There was a big demand for it just to get the word out.
How important is it to have the pastor totally involved in this? What kind of difference does that make?
So important, because when you have that person on board who's the leader, then you get the rest of the people. We try to work with the women's ministries, with the health ministries at the church. When you get the top going, then everybody becomes aware of what's going on and want to get involved and make sure that they're doing what they need to do so that we can get detected early and then decrease that mortality rate.
The pastor and the first lady.
Absolutely. That always helps. You have the first lady.
Sure. And I tell you what, isn't today amazing? The sun feels so fantastic and the energy level is so great.
It is awesome to be out here and to have Komen to put that kind of effort into decreasing the mortality rate in our community. We have to have it. We have to keep doing it.
Making chemo bearable. How many team members do you have out here?
Out here, we don't have a whole lot today. People are doing some other things, but what I have, it's a foundation that I created, and we go out and get the word out in the community. We have educational seminars. We make a bear. That's a gift item that we give to chemo patients as well.
Thank you so much for being
Thank
with
you
us.
all for having me. It's awesome being here.
It's great. Great to have you here. All right. Thanks. All right, so coming up, we're going to actually meet a woman who was days from her first race. This is last year when she was first diagnosed with breast cancer.
And Shannon Murray is going to take us into the Village of Hope. We are getting ready for the March of Hope. Stay with us. We've got more coming up live from North Park.
Welcome back to Fox 4's coverage of the 2019 Komen Dallas Race for the Cure, live at North Park Center in Dallas. A live look from Sky 4.
With a combination of science and education, there is such good news. Mortality rates for breast cancer have dropped nearly 40% since 1989.
In fact, there are millions of breast cancer survivors in the United States today, thanks to the work that Komen started. Fox 4's Shannon Murray is over at Hope Village. Shannon.
Hey, Heather and Clarice, we are here in the area where all of the survivors come together. We're here with one of them, Angel Moore. Team Angel, you've got a huge support system, 6-year survivor. How does it feel to be here today?
It's just a blessing to be in the atmosphere. I came for 1 year and I haven't missed it since, and I'll be here every year. It's an amazing event.
Talk to me about this community. We were just saying how, you know, year after year you come back and you see some of the same people and hear their stories.
Yes, it's amazing to come back and meet new people, the people that have been survivors for 30 years plus, and also the new survivors that are 1 year. I remember that 1 year when I first came out here, and it's just an amazing atmosphere for all of us.
Well, and the March of Hope will be coming up here shortly, and you're moving further back in the line. How does that feel?
That's an amazing feeling. I'm looking forward to moving back one more year next year.
Tell me about Team Angel, your support system. They're all over the place. I saw signs earlier. So right when you said I'm Angel, I said, oh, Team Angel. I saw you guys in the crowd.
Yes, well, the first year my cousin Felicia started it for us, and every year it grows and it grows. The people that I work with are supporters of me, my family, my daughter, her friends, my husband. It's just an amazing support system that we have, and we grow each year at least by about 4 to 5 people. So they're very supportive, and I love them.
Angel, thank you for talking to us here this morning. I want to come over here to Janice Barnes, because you were just telling me a really great story. This is your first year here.
My first year. This time last year, I actually was having reconstruction surgery, and I said if God spared me, I would be at the walk this year. So it's my first year. Thank God for the blessing of survival.
We're glad you're here.
Thank you.
How does it feel to be here in this tent with the other survivors?
It is amazing. Unity, sisterhood, just everything. I'm just grateful to be here.
We'll see you at the front of that line for the March of Hope this year. Are you looking forward to that?
I'm looking forward to it. Excited. Yes, thank you.
Thank you, Janice. Thank you for being here. All right, Clarice, Heather, we're going to send it on back to you from the main stage.
All right, Shannon, thank you. And we are here to spread the word about the work that happens every single day in Dallas County because of Komen Dallas Race for the Cure.
Yeah, in fact, this race is full of people with unique stories, like Andrea, who was all set to race this time last year until breast cancer stopped her in her tracks.
I've worked in the medical field as a case manager for about 20 years, and I gave that up about 10 years ago when my husband opened a new clinic. He's a family doctor. He owns a large clinic in Dallas. Our team, Rhonda's Rowdies, was formed probably 6 weeks before the race. At my husband's clinic, one of the nurse practitioners, Rhonda, had suggested we form a team and join Race for the Cure and show our patients that we were walking the walk. You know, we weren't just asking them to do this. We felt it was so important. Last October, I went in for my routine mammo, and I was called the following day. And I was told that they saw 2 enlarged lymph nodes. And they wanted me to return so that they could do a sonogram, repeat the mammogram, and do a biopsy. So I went in for that, and I received a call the next day saying that I had cancer. There was no one in my family with breast cancer on either side of of my family, my dad's side or my mom's side. So I never for a million years thought this would be a diagnosis that I would receive. One of the things that you realize when you're going through this, and it took me a little while to realize it, when you're given that diagnosis, you are at the most vulnerable state or time in your life. And you realize that your life depends on other people. Accepting help has been the biggest challenge for me. It really changed the purpose for myself and for the team, because I was a survivor at that point. I never thought it would happen to me. So I hope to encourage people to get their mammograms. It's absolutely crucial, the work that they're doing, the education, the treatment they provide, the screenings they provide for women who are uninsured is so needed in our community and nationwide. The funds that go toward research is so important. We need to increase survival for people that have that diagnosis. I think that we need to join together and keep raising money for the cause. And we can only do it as a group because it's a big challenge. And the more people that are involved, the more we're going to accomplish. So it's a great organization.
You can see and hear the emotion in Andrea's voice, and we are so happy to have you with us this morning. Did you get a little nervous this morning because of what happened last year?
Yes, I did. Meaning being diagnosed last year? Or
wondering if, because of what happened to you last year and being here now.
To be here now. I was a little nervous coming, but I'm ecstatic to be here. I was diagnosed a year ago and was unable to make the race. And I looked at this as a goal throughout my treatment to make it to the race and be here.
And you did it!
I did it!
Talk about it. Do you feel kind of maybe a different responsibility now that you're a survivor? I guess helping other people get the message, pay attention, do self-care.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
It's so important for me that people be aware that having mammograms is essential.
Yes.
And I feel like, people should not be afraid to get it done. I've heard so many times, and I'm not exaggerating about this, saying many times, it hurts, or I don't want to know. And I'm like, you know what? Prevention. Get it early. Early detection is everything. So I really try to stress that to my friends and family.
And you just did to everybody in North Texas.
Sorry.
Thank you.
Thank you for being here. It's a great morning.
Thank you.
Love hearing your story. All right, well, when we come back, we're going to meet the woman who will be carrying the memorial flag to lead the March of Hope. That's later in the morning.
She's a driven professional, and now she's a driven fundraiser on behalf of Komen, Dallas County. Much more coming back live from North Park Center. Stay with us. at Komen Dallas Race for the Cure, the March for Hope, a celebration of survivorship, is coming up in just a few minutes. Welcome back. I'm Clarice Tinsley with Sam Gannon, co-host of Free for All. You see her at night at 10:30.
So happy to be here, Clarice. It's my first time out here, and it really inspiring. So many courageous women and people supporting each other. This crowd filled with survivors and their loved ones, and you just get the feel, even if people just met or they've known each other for years, the support, you can feel it all around.
It's awesome to have you with us, Sam. Komen Dallas Race for the Cure has become an important part of Jennifer Lucas's life.
Yes, we introduced you to her a couple of years ago when she set a goal for herself of walking the race less than a month after reconstructive surgery. Her mother was then diagnosed in 2018, and now just before race, her sister was diagnosed. Jennifer will be carrying the memorial flag to lead the March of Hope.
And we've got Jennifer Lucas with us in the house.
I'm back.
Woo, she's back. Let's take that microphone.
I'm back.
Tell us about the conversation you had with your family.
Oh, geez. It's been, my story just keeps getting bigger and bigger.
Yeah.
And I was diagnosed in 2017 with breast cancer, my mom in 2018, and my sister a couple of months ago with ovarian cancer. And we all did genetic testing, no family history of cancer, and everything came back negative. So,
wow.
This has been a struggle.
Yes.
Because nothing makes sense, and I was feeling pretty good after I got tested and was negative, and then this happened, and so the only thing that makes sense to me is lifestyle and environment. So I have tried to do as much as I can with diet, exercise, sleeping, stress, everything like that to try to move forward and hope for the best.
Knowledge, and you've got some support. You've got a lot of support.
Yes, I have all my people here, and it's fun. I mean, we're all the three of us are strong, and we're going to do this.
We're pulling for you. We're pulling
Thank
for
you
each
so
and
much.
every one
Thank
of
you so much.
Thank you for being with us today. Thank you.
All right, well, coming up next, you'll meet a mother who is fighting through her third cancer diagnosis.
And we're going to tell you how funds that we're raising today are going to support survivors, especially those with the most serious cancers. 2019 Komen Dallas Race for the Cure continues at North Park right after this break.
Welcome back to the Komen Dallas Race for the Cure. We're live from North Park Center. Make sure on social media you use the hashtag #DallasRace to find pictures and moments from today's event.
Great morning out here. Lauren Prisbel along with Sam Gannon, and we are here with thousands of other people to celebrate life through the work that Komen Dallas has done since the very first Race for the Cure that happened right here in Dallas way back in 1982.
And while Komen went on to become a worldwide organization, we're here today to help women and men in Dallas County.
And the work that Susan G. Komen has done so far, I mean, it has allowed millions of women to battle on as survivors. In 1980, for example, the 5-year relative survival rate for women diagnosed with early-stage breast cancer, it was about 74%.
Yeah, and today that number is 99%. Fox 4's Shannon Murray is talking to races and survivors at the Hope Village. Shannon.
Good morning. Right, we are here with many of the survivors. They're getting ready for the March of Hope. The 16 to 20 year survivors, 19 years right here, 21 to 25 year survivors. These are the women who have made it so many years, been a part of this for a long time. You've got a 25 on your face.
25 year survivor. Yeah!
Tell me about the people in this group right here.
Well, they're all survivors, and as long as they have hope There's always hope and believe on the Lord Jesus. Yeah!
We got a 20-year survivor here.
20 years, yes.
How does it feel to be in this part of the line now?
Well, it feels great. I was in denial for a long time, and then I came out, like you said, the first time. And after that, you just get that adrenaline flowing, and you want to just share it. Yes. So, because you know you're not alone. Because, you feel all alone at first. But this now is like a whole family. Yeah. This is marvelous. Yes. And I can't miss it.
And you see a lot of the same people year after year.
Year after year, yes you do. Yes, it becomes like a family. You look for certain people when you come out here. Yes, you do.
And this village here, the Hope Village, really that support system of women who all come together.
So we gravitate toward here. We gravitate toward here, and this is where you see everybody. This is where you see the people that you saw the year before. Oh, I remember her. Oh, I remember her. Yes, yes.
All right.
Every year it gets better and better. It gets better and better.
Well, we're looking forward to that March of Hope here coming up shortly. Everyone lines up in order of how many years they've been celebrating being a survivor. It's such an impactful and an emotional time, and especially for these ladies here at the end of the line, really celebrating some big milestones. Heather and Clarice?
We'll take it. Well, Sam
or Lauren and Sam.
It's okay. We're all switching places all morning long. It's just one big party out here right now, and you heard about the reunion that's going on, basically from all these survivors. I mean, there's grandmothers and mothers and sisters and kids and friends and husbands and grandfathers out here. So many people out here. But the truth is that every 13 minutes, one woman in the U.S. will lose her life to breast cancer. And in fact, 5 families will lose a loved one to breast cancer in Dallas County each week this year. 5 families every week.
Unbelievable. And Dallas County has the 3rd highest mortality rate for African-American women who face breast cancer. And one reason for such a high mortality rate is that cancers in undeserved communities are caught later and are often more advanced. But that just makes the fight even harder and provides support for those with late-stage cancer.
Yeah, gotta keep fighting. That's the message this morning for sure. And it's a huge message for survivors like Mercedes Cruz. I mean, she keeps her family going, and she's actually fighting breast cancer for the 3rd time.
My name is Mercedes. I'm mother of 5 kids. I'm married for more than 20 years. We don't have pain, nothing. We don't have problem. And my husband said, you check, go to the doctor. No, we don't check the doctor, we don't like to see the doctors. And my husband said, no, make the appointment. Okay, I make the appointment, go to the doctor, and the doctor said, oh, this is not normal. The doctor said, you okay, everything is good, you continue. And 1 week later, the doctor said it's a cancer. The cancer is more aggressive cancer, growing every day. The cancer back for 3rd time. Sometimes my little boy will say, Mom, can you use something in the head? My friends say, your mom is sick. It's cry sometimes. They say, Mom, please you don't come to the school, get up for me. And this part is hard for me. I love this, make the different hat on different colors and make the extra money from home and more for relax. They make the hat sometimes in the hospital and the school school and the games, my kids, always I make the heads. It's good for me. And I also with people see, oh wow, she's working and she's fighting. The race for the cure for the cancer. I'm very excited to see a lot of survivors, see more friends. Some people, oh, you okay? You keep fighting, people say to me. Yeah, keep fighting, keep fighting.
One strong woman.
Absolutely.
One of our long-standing race teams is from ID Group, and they join us this morning.
Yeah, and it's a women-owned business whose team captain, Greg Holcomb, has a very personal connection to this race and what Komen Dallas does. Greg, first of all, thank you for being here this morning. We appreciate your time.
Yes, well, my mother was diagnosed with breast cancer probably 16 years ago, and that's kind of what started our involvement in the team as a firm.
Yeah.
We've been participating ever since.
I think when someone you love is diagnosed with breast cancer, or really goes through anything that's tough, it's hard to find the words. What do you say, and what kind of advice do you give to someone who knows someone going through something tough like this?
I think the most important thing is just to be there with them and let them know they're not in the fight alone, which is part of the reason we have the team. So that, you know, my mother's in Oklahoma, but she knows we're here fighting for her as well.
Okay. Yeah, how's she doing?
Well, earlier this year she was diagnosed with metastatic breast cancer in her spine, so we're kind of dealing with that now. Yeah. So that's why we continue to do the race and fight. So hopefully at some point nobody will have to go through that again.
Yeah.
The cure. So.
Yeah, has to make her feel good to know that you guys are out here.
I hope so. I think so.
Yeah, for sure.
Bring the energy. I'm sure too.
Yeah. And how does your group stay motivated? I mean, I'm sure she probably brings it to you.
We have a great team. This is only part of us here, but we do several fundraisers throughout the year. We do a big chili cook-off, which has grown over the years. Started out with like 3 crock pots of chili. Now we have probably 25 entrants. Our vendors and family and clients and friends all participate. And it's just a great fun event every year. We have a photo booth. It's just turned into a really fun event to raise money for the Komen.
Yeah, for sure. To see this sea of people, it's got to be cool to be out here, don't you think?
Yeah. Part of the party.
And so much support from all of you out here, I would think, too, that even though a lot of you don't know each other, you become instantly friends.
Fight. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Thank you so much. We appreciate you being here.
Thank you.
And, today is about, cheering for those who are fighting breast cancer, but it's also about remembering those who have lost the fight. I'm wearing a shirt this morning in honor of a woman that we lost this past year. The wife of an Irving Nimitz High School athletic trainer. She lost her battle. She had the BRCA gene. Natalie Blazinski is her name. She was just 37 years old when she was diagnosed. She actually thought she beat breast cancer after having a mastectomy and chemotherapy, but it weakened her heart. And in March, much to the surprise of her family and friends, Natalie died of heart failure. My husband works with Natalie's husband, so this kind of hit close to home for me. So this is a shirt that the Irving Nimitz athletic student trainers did when Natalie was fighting her breast cancer. And on the back it says Team B. And then this year, in honor of Natalie and her memory, they came up with this shirt, which is really sweet, from Irving Nimitz. And on the back, it says Team B forever. Just a loving tribute to a woman who touched a lot of lives, and to her husband, who still works with these kids. And so all the kids, just saw the photos, they've been wearing these shirts at the high school. So definitely a very moving tribute.
Absolutely,
nice to see.
Lauren.
Yeah.
It's great that you're wearing it too.
Yeah, well, and I have more of Natalie's story on social media this morning. So hopefully somebody can learn something from her story and have a different ending.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, the centerpiece of the event, the March of Hope, starts in just a few minutes.
The 2019 Komen Dallas Race for the Cure continues after a quick break. for the Cure. We're just a few minutes away from the March of Hope celebration event, the big event that is very emotional because some of these survivors, they're 5 years or fewer into their journey, and others are, they've been here year after year after year, and they've been survivors for decades, really.
Yeah, it's really unbelievable to see, Lauren, and many are still in treatment, not 100%, but if they can find a way, they're going to be out here this morning because they don't want to miss that opportunity to celebrate.
Yeah, there's a lot of people I know that I've talked to that weren't strong enough to make it out of here. So for those that are at home watching, know that we're celebrating you right now and that we are cheering for you all along, and we are just seeing this sea of pink and so much courage and hope out here this morning. So we're waiting for the march to begin. We'll bring you that live as soon as it happens. But right now, we do know that no one can fight breast cancer alone. It really takes a team.
And in case of one of our survivors, she brought an entire army, Dee's army.
I've donated multiple times, donated over the years, but this is different. And I was very much diligent about my health and certainly my breast health because I had consistent cysts where I had to have them aspirated, but they were always nothing. I was accustomed to going through the process, but it's kind of like wolf. It's like you've had it enough times over 15, 20 years that it's just a process. So this particular time, when I found the lump, I told my mom, I was like, Mommy, this one doesn't feel like the other ones. It just feels different. I was at work. We had a board meeting. We just gone to the Cowboy Stadium the night before, so it was like all these cool things happening, but of course just lingering, waiting for the results. He said, we have breast cancer. He didn't say, you have breast cancer. He said, we have breast cancer. Triple negative, 2A. I'm like, okay, so I get the breast cancer lottery and I get the triple negative on top of it. I didn't tell a lot of people, but I told a close circle, my army, and they all said, we've got you. Wow, I have an army. People care about me. They really, truly care about me, and not that I didn't think that before, but before the genuine outpouring. One of the things that I asked my coworkers to do was just write me a note. I appreciate the text, but I want to have a reason to get up and go to my mailbox. It made me move. It made me get out of the bed. So write me a handwritten note. You ask me, what can you do for me? Tell me what you're doing. I got that. And for all the things that people don't realize and understand, there's little things that you do for people that mean a lot. And that got me through. Something very simple, but I have all those cards. I have all of them. And it kept me connected when you couldn't come over here. You can't come over, no, you can't visit, but hey, I'm thinking about you. I took time to go to the store and get a card and handwrite something and go to the post office and put it in the mail to you. That meant a lot. It really didn't hit home what Komen meant until it happened to me. And that's a big thing. Until I needed Komen in a different way. That's when I realized how powerful that organization was and how important this race is, all the races are, and how important it is to continue to support and continue to donate. You never know when it's gonna be that you're gonna need it. And so how important it is just to share and to give so that it's there for everybody. Komen is the voice of breast cancer, and to advocate for our health, to make the doctors communicate with each other better, for the trials to be communicated. They make sure that everything is out there for us to have. they marry in all of the different things that are happening all over the world, put it together. So whether you're giving for the research or you're giving to support somebody that needs the support, it's everything. It's the best I can describe it. It's everything.
Everyone fighting together. The March of Hope, the big moment many have waited for, is underway right now. You can see the signs that are out basically saying how long each person's been a survivor. It really is about letting their faith be bigger than their fear. And, you know, cancer may have started this fight for a lot of these people, but they are determined to finish it. They're determined to finish this fight.
Absolutely, Lauren. And I think, you know, no one story is the same, but each one is unique in its own way and powerful. And I think that's something that all of us as women can relate to.
Yeah.
And that's what you're seeing out here, is everyone coming together to support one another, really.
Yeah, and it's about the journey, too. And I think also reminding those of us that you need to get a mammogram. That's something I think that a lot of people, you tend to be caring for everybody else in your life as women, and I think we forget to put our health first. And that getting that mammogram every year is so important. I practice what I preach. I just went and had mine done, but it's just something, it is so easy, and it literally took me 5 minutes, and it was easy breezy. So I think it's reminding us all that we need to be aware of our health, and we need to take care of ourselves too.
Yeah, and you know, we only have one lifetime, right? And so it's in our natural inclination sometimes, I think, to take care of others before ourselves. But like you said, it takes 5 minutes. You have to get over the fear of it and do what's best for you and make yourself and your health a priority.
Because you can see out here this morning, cancer doesn't just affect the person who has been diagnosed. I mean, it really impacts the whole family. And I've seen some families where even the woman who's battling cancer, you know, just stays strong. She's staying strong for the whole family.
Yes.
Because everybody around her is falling apart. But, you know, so if you're not doing it for yourself, go get checked for your family.
So for your mom, your sister.
Exactly, yeah, for sure. But you can see some of the signs out here this morning. There's smiles on everyone's faces. This is a celebration of life, a celebration that we've come so far in research, in medicine, and we still have more to go, though. So those dollars count. Every dollar counts.
And technology is so advanced now, Lauren, but like you said, with every year that passes, it's getting better and better. And you know, the more support that people show for one another and, you know, be involved, be active in cancer awareness, it's also important.
And talking about it. I mean, knowledge is power. How many times do, you know, people don't want to share their story because either they don't want to be the center of attention or they don't want people to feel bad for them. But I feel like the more we talk, the more we learn, and the more we can hopefully get ahead of something like breast cancer.
And you realize, too, that you're not alone, and that so many women are going through the same thing. And you realize that by sharing it, it almost relieves some of that stress that maybe you're carrying and your fears and everything else. Because, again, so many women go through this, and it's better to be there for one another.
Women and men.
Yes, women and men.
Too, you know, that we've seen out here this morning. But you can see it's a great morning out here. You're looking at hundreds of individuals with all different stories, and you're going to hear from more of them.
Yeah, absolutely. And Fox 4's coverage of the 2019 Komen Dallas Race for the Cure will continue after the break.
All of the people around us, they say, yeah, they need us go. Don't try to say for the record, we're giving love and a family knows. We are family. I got all my sisters with me.
Welcome back to Fox 4's coverage of the 2019 Komen Dallas Race for the Cure.
March of Hope we saw just a few minutes ago right behind us. Sam and I see this under 1 year survivors. You can see the people just recently diagnosed with breast cancer. An emotional morning here. And we increase survivorship with new treatments, with better screening, and providing breast health information really to those who need it most.
Yeah, Fox 4's Shannon Murray is with some of our survivors. Shannon, kick it over to you.
Good morning. Right, they just finished the March of Hope. We're here near the stage right now. They're honoring some of the survivors. You see them all surrounding us right now, 1 to 5 years, 26 to 30 years. So many of these women just know each other year after year from doing this event, coming together. It's really a sisterhood here. How did that feel for you to do that March of Hope?
Awesome! 19 years and going strong.
Congratulations. Tell me about this group of women right here.
Oh, just fantastic. These are my sisters. We all is in this fight together. So every year we come out here and we walk.
Because we got to hear from Nicole. Right, how many years are you?
I'm a 3-year cancer survivor, but this is my 4th walk. The first time I walked, I was just 2 months out of chemo and radiation.
You've got a boxing glove here. What does that symbolize?
That symbolizes the victory, baby. Victory. Yes.
How many years survivor?
This is my 3rd year, going into my 4th year of survivorship, and it's wonderful to be here among my sisters.
You all are so inspiring. How many years?
I have survived 3 years and counting.
Awesome to see all of these women marching together, having this bond, leaning on each other for support year after year, honoring them. It's just a pleasure for us to be here and to be a part of it. Sam and Lauren.
Yeah, just a great morning. A big thanks to everyone who makes this walk possible year after year. Thank you for being part of the 2019 Komen Dallas Race for the Cure.
Absolutely, and I love that boxing glove, too. I mean, so much strength and power by these women. Really an honor to be here today with you.
For sure, and thank you for being with us.